Hello and welcome to another edition of The Great Goddess. Praise be to Goddess. Praise be to Goddess. I would like to discuss with you today the subject of Goddess's innocence. Goddess is essentially innocent. She has no guile in her. She is all good. Some people think that the goddess is not all good because of the things that they do. But the fact of the matter is, goddess isn't responsible for the things that you do. She is not responsible for the things that you do. And the reason for this is that we all have free will. As long as we have free will, Goddess is not responsible for the things that we do, because we can do anything we want to. We have total freedom. Goddess gave us this special gift of free will, and because we have it, we can do things that Goddess doesn't want us to do. So therefore, Goddess is not responsible for the things that we do, because all of us have free will. We can do whatever we want to do. Goddess is not responsible. So this ties back in with the subject of self-worship, because a lot of people think that they are Goddess. Just because they have Goddess within, they think that they are Goddess. No, they are not Goddess. They are their egos, which means that they are the things that they do and they think and that they say, which they have the free will to do. And because of free will, Goddess isn't responsible for those things. But they think that because they have Goddess within, that therefore Goddess is all of the things and all of the people that are represented by Goddess within. In other words, all of the people and all the things they do are Goddess to them. So they think that the worst person in the world, the meanest person that you can think of, the worst person of all, is also Goddess, and that Goddess is those things that those people do. But they're wrong, because Goddess is not those people. Goddess gave them free will to do whatever the heck they chose to do. So because they have Goddess within, they are denying the Goddess within. They're going against Goddess within. They're not worshiping Goddess within like they should be worshiping Goddess within. Instead, they worship themselves. They worship their own egos as Goddess. And that's not the case. Goddess is not responsible for our egos. We're responsible for our egos and for our own actions, thanks to free will. So when next time somebody says that Goddess is this, or Goddess is that, or Goddess is the worst person you know, or Goddess is a whore, or a hooker, or somebody with low morals, because Goddess is everything and everyone, think again. Those people have free will, so they are not Goddess. And Goddess is not them. She is innocent. She is essentially innocent in all of her ways, and she is not responsible for the things that you choose to do. I would like to briefly touch on the subject of idol worship. Some people actually say, "Come, worship your mother." And they have a picture there of a little idol. So you're supposed to worship your mother. Your mother is supposed to be this little idol. And that's wrong. Of course, there's Goddess in all things, but that doesn't mean the idol is Goddess. The idol is an emanation from Goddess's power. All matter and all forms are emanations from Goddess's power, just as, in fact, our souls are emanations from Goddess's power. That doesn't mean the idol is Goddess. It isn't. And so when you're worshiping an idol, you're worshiping the work of your own hands. What could be more ridiculous than worshiping the work of your own hands? Idol worship is wrong, and Goddess does not want to see you worshiping idols. That's why she set Christianity and Judaism on the world, because she wanted for us to stop worshiping idols. She knew that idol worship would end with Christianity and Judaism, but unfortunately it hasn't. The very second, the very instant that Christianity was no longer respected, no longer followed, idol worship came back. So, idol worship is bad news. Goddess does not want us worshiping the works of our own hands, or even artwork for that matter. Some people put hundreds of goddess images online in these videos, and then they say that they're so glad for these images because the images are an essential part of their worship. And they shouldn't be. They shouldn't need images in order to worship Goddess, but they do. They need these images. They have an addiction to the images that they use to worship Goddess. And Goddess would prefer for you to not even look at artwork. If you can't handle artwork, religious artwork, in a mature manner, then Goddess would rather that you not even use religious artwork at all, because you're going to worship the work of somebody else's hands instead of worshiping the Goddess. And Goddess wants you to face a wall when you pray. Face a blank wall when you pray, and don't worship an idol. And so, about religious artwork. Yes, religious artwork is okay. It's okay to have religious artwork, artistic depictions of Goddess conceived of by artists. But we should not worship them. They're just artwork. They're just religious. They're just supposed to be inspiring, but they're not supposed to be worshipped. So I recommend that you take down any religious artwork off of your altar that you use to pray to Goddess, and that you pray to her either facing an altar or facing a blank wall, because we don't want you worshiping idols. Thank you. Tune in next time for another edition of The Great Goddess.